Welcome back to Finn vs. History. Next to me is Horatio Gould.
Red wine.
Today we're talking about wine. That's not the noise that your wife makes when you ask to put this podcast on in the car.
That's whinge.
That's not the history of whinging.
It's not red whinge or white whinge.
No, we will.
White whinge is definitely both of our significant others.
Yes. We will be doing the suffragettes at some point. But not today. Not today.
And then red whinge, we will be doing the genocide of the network.
Yep, and they won't stop complaining about it. Red whinge. What about fizzy whinge? What's that?
I don't know what fizzy
gay
whinge
rights?
is. Yeah, gay
That's
rights.
the AIDS crisis.
Orange whinge is, I guess, is that like the Boxing Day tsunami, holiday makers?
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, that was a big...
Yeah. Was it blush skins?
Yeah.
Natural whinge. Anyway, listen, that's all to come. Lots to look forward to.
Not.
But this is the history of wine.
Are you a wine drinker?
Yeah, obviously I'm a wine drinker.
Do you wine pond a club?
Sorry?
Do you wine
I don't drink tonic wine.
No.
No.
But do you know what whining? You know what whining is. You know.
I know what whining is. Yeah.
Explain to.
You basically rubbing your bottom against the person behind you.
So Notting Hill Carnival, you go
dirty pooey twerking.
It doesn't have to be dirty.
It doesn't have to be a dutty.
It can actually be really
dutty
nice.
bottom.
Right. What a clean whining.
You know Notting Hill Carnival. You know when
I'm
they're
aware
basically
of it.
Yeah. Are you playing Notting Hill Carnival this year?
I'm not.
All
I
right.
haven't got that call. No, not got the call yet. Still waiting by the phone to be asked to do Notting Hill Carnival. My accents.
This is a disgrace.
It'd be quite funny to get me up in my accents. In Notting Hill.
Yeah. So when you whine, it's like you're twerking. It's when a woman twerks on a man's knob.
Yeah.
Sort of. It's twerking, basically, yeah.
It's twerking, but to music.
Yeah.
And you can do it at any sort of function. You could do it at a wedding or
any function.
Funeral,
any
wedding.
function.
I'd refute that. I've been to several functions where I
you
don't
couldn't
think...
wine pond a cock.
No, yeah.
Wine pond a cocky.
I mean, this weekend, you were at Glastonbury.
Yeah.
It was my daughter's 4th birthday party. There was no whining pond a cock there.
Yeah.
Although...
Ket Mandy Pills. There's someone going around with a bucket hat saying Ket Mandy Pills.
The toilets would have been quite similar, I imagine. And then also, weirdly, the Princess Entertainment that we bought at one point started chanting "Death to the IDF."
Really?
Yeah, it was quite weird. It's weird that she said that. Elsa from Frozen, virulently anti-Israel. Anyway, today is the history of wine.
Yeah.
This episode, we will be dealing with wine's ancient origins, terrifying. We will be going back further than we've ever gone.
How long have there been drunk wine mums
Yeah.
laying it all out?
This is interesting.
Saying
a long
too much
time.
about your cousins and
Next
who the
episode...
actual father is.
Next episode will be with the gayest straight man I know, Tom Gilby.
So posh he's gay.
So posh he's gay.
Yeah.
He will be coming in to fruit the studio up, give it a woman's touch.
He's a fruit.
He's a fruit. And he loves fermented fruit. He'll be in to talk about wine the last 500 years. One of the, I think, probably still one of the audience's favourite Finn vs. the Internet guests.
It's the closest we're going to be to a female guest will be
exactly.
a male sommelier.
We've had Daniel Sloss, that was pushing it a lot. Gilby will be in to talk about the last 500 years of wine.
In prison he'd do
very well. Or very badly, depending on... He'd be everyone's prison...
fruit.
I mean, you'd probably be making prison wine. Prison wine's a thing, isn't it?
It's true. Prison wine, don't you brew it in the toilet? I would be giving up on wine. I'd go for other beverages if I was in prison.
I'd just drink water, I think. I think that's part of the punishment, isn't it? I think stop fighting against the dying of the light. Brewing wine in toilets.
I think it's called hooch. They make hooch.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Are they talking about... They must discuss good batches, bad batches.
Oh, no. Look, it's a process called pruno, which is a type of homemade fruit wine.
Yeah. Often when I'm drinking like alcoholic beverages that are based on fruit, I try and forget that they're made of fruit because you don't want to remember that it's just fruit juice, right? You're trying to elevate it.
For me, it's the toilet that's the issue here. I don't mind that it's fruit. For me, it's the brewed, not just any toilet, a prison toilet. And I think...
Well, it's flushed beforehand, right?
You'd hope so. But again, these people are criminals. They don't follow society's laws. So who knows how they're using a toilet.
What's it called? A never-ending stew?
What?
What's the perpetual stew?
What are those casserole dishes called in like Jamaican communities? They have these like a clay pot. They have a thing they don't wash, and it's because it adds to the flavour.
Yeah.
A toilet.
It's a perpetual.
It's never been flushed. It's never been flushed, and it makes the best prison wine. Anyway,
I guess it's more organic.
this is not the history of prisoners' shits. Again, we will get to the suffragettes at some point. This is the story of wine. Now, terrifyingly for me, we are going back to 6000 BC.
Christ, I'm getting excited.
What you're getting very excited. Calm down. Now, wine, they think people discover wine, or wine is discovered when people are monkeys, Ooga Booga time. And the Ooga Boogas, they stumble across a rotten plum, and they eat it, and then they go fucking crazy, and they're like, well, those rotten plums are actually better than than ripe plums. That's how they discover booze. Okay. So then, the first female monkey eats a rotten plum, and then it's carnage. Right. She's getting the plastic dick things out. Yeah. She's calling her husband, you never, all that. Yeah. And so they think in 6000 BC, that's 8,000 years ago. So
the plum had rotted and fermented alcohol within itself.
Yes.
Right.
So the juice was alcoholic.
Right.
So in the south,
and it was a Georgian. That makes sense.
Well, this South Caucasus.
One of my dad's many ex-girlfriends.
Georgian.
Is
your dad? Is your dad sort of done a sex tour of the Soviet Union?
He's been all. To be fair, he's been all over.
Yeah.
He has been done China. He's done Ukraine.
Right.
Georgia. Panama.
Wow.
He has been all over. As long as they're incredibly thin. He does think fatness in women is a sin that should be punished.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So it's like a sort of anorexic Eurovision.
Yes. No. 100%.
Right.
Yeah. That's his absolute.
Well, it's
favourite.
good that someone's still flying that fag.
Yeah.
Christ. Sorry.
Flying that fag. Oh my god.
I meant flag. Sorry. We've had
2 weeks off.
We're talking about wine. So sorry, that was a Freudian slip.
She did try to kill him with a kitchen knife.
The Georgian.
Yes.
Christ.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are in the South Caucasus 8,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, well, Caucasus, that's where Caucasian comes from.
Is it?
Yeah, so the white people, apparently,
this is patient zero
This
for
is
whiteness.
patient zero.
Wow.
Don't know what the fuck happened.
So that's nice. So the esteemed white man drinking wine starts in the beginning of this. The
and
Caucasian
now those people
story.
look down on the Georgians.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Well, so this is what's funny is that in Georgia and in the South Caucasus, people discover that grapes could ferment naturally, and they start brewing wine. They start getting their horrible Georgian feet involved, stomping on grapes. They store the juice in these what's called a kveris, which is a big sort of clay jar underground that they bake into the earth, which allows for fermentation. Yeah. And they have found early residue of wine in caves in Armenia, Georgia. This kind of now it's also quite funny that wine would start.
This is
here.
Old as fuck though. 6,
old as fuck. It's the oldest we've ever been on the podcast.
Yeah.
8,000 years ago.
Because this is around the time of the first city ever.
So what then happens is that the wine gets put into barrels and travels on these boats down. Yeah. Is it the Tigris and the Euphrates?
Yeah, that's
down towards Iraq.
Yeah,
Saddam's,
and that's where kind of the birth of civilization is sort of in that sort of. If you look at it on the map, the Tigris and the Euphrates, that little bit, it's sort of like a fanny.
Right.
It's the reason why civilization started.
The Fertile Crescent.
It's the Fertile Crescent.
That's what I call
it. It is a wet,
dank,
fertile, dank little patch where it all sort of comes out.
I've just remembered because we were talking about Glastonbury before we start recording. Yeah. The first time I went to Glastonbury, I was stood behind someone in the crowd, and they had a tattoo on the back of their neck, and it said, "I'm going to fuck London in the pussy." Right. And I still think about that sometimes.
But it was on the back of the neck.
Yeah.
You don't know if there was more. Right? You only saw the top of it.
No, they were topless.
Oh, okay, fine.
That's the whole tattoo. I'm going to fuck London in the pussy.
Right.
Where is London's pussy?
Well, that's a good question.
Bank? Is it Bank?
No, Bank's not the pussy.
Well, it's the most connected bit, isn't it?
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know if that's the pussy. I'd say Brixton's the pussy.
Wapping?
Wapping, yeah.
Why is Wapping London's pussy?
No, it's Brixton's the pussy.
Brixton's the surely Brixton's the arsehole. Come on. Brixton's not the pussy.
Well, London's given birth, so it's the same thing, right? It's sort of that whole band.
Brixton and Clapham.
Brixton to Peckham is...
Camberwell. I don't know where London's pussy is. Let us know in the comments where you think London's pussy is.
Yeah.
I guess it's the wettest, smelliest bit of London.
Yeah. Or you could say the Thames Barrier. That could be the pussy.
Yeah. Anyway, this episode of Finn vs. History is sponsored by Manscaped. Horatio, the summer's here.
Yes.
And I can smell your balls from a feet away.
Oh, really? I wondered why you were pegging up your nose like
because they're hairy. They're too hairy.
Yeah.
And as we know from our many cultural analyses of the world,
surface area of the hair creates more stink region.
Smell.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you as a colleague and a friend and a man.
This is a HR issue.
To shave your fucking ballsack. But you told me recently that you...
I tried to. I've only got one ball left.
You're using kitchen scissors. Well, I'm here to tell you that the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is now available in special edition white hot colour, and it's available across UK and Europe and Australia. This is not a silver bullet.
Yeah.
But what it can do...
Yeah, we're not going to oversell it.
But it can handle your most sensitive areas with care, and it reduces the risk of not your heart, your ass, your balls, and your dick. It reduces the risk of nicks, cuts, irritation.
I really want one of these, and genuinely, because I struggle down there, and I don't know what to do with my pubes when I'm shaving.
I gather them on my hand, then go outside and throw them at my French neighbours. The White Hot 5.0 Ultra brings the heat. It's sleek, easy to use, and it's way less terrifying than those kitchen scissors you were using before. Use code FIN15 for 15% off your entire order at manscaped.com. That's 15% off with code FIN15 at manscaped.com. Hey, stay cool, stay smooth, get those pubes off your body and into the toilet. And I don't mean Paris, I mean the toilet in your house.
Yeah, seconded.
So we're in Georgia 8,000 years ago, and the wine travels down to nowadays Iraq. What are the first cities called? The big cities? Ur. Yeah.
Uruk.
Ur.
Yeah.
And Babylon, or is that mythical?
Yeah, no, Babylon's real. That's coming around this time as well.
Right, okay.
Slightly later, but yeah.
So wine has basically been around as long as people have been in cities.
Yeah. So they had wine and beer at this time as well, because beer is just as old.
Yes, it is. And
it was more popular at the time.
Mead, and the Chinese are doing stuff with plums and rice.
Yeah.
Rice wine. Drinking rice wine.
Rubbish.
Absolute rubbish. Chinese are doing something absolutely rubbish, as usual. And now, wine is incredibly important and sophisticated in Egypt, obviously. Egypt's the start of everything. Yep. Everything that's invented really gets done by the Egyptians.
Well, they get the credit for most of it.
But really what we need to get to, I really am very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can see we're racing through this.
Yep. Let's get to ancient Greece. Okay. Because this is where we're going to start. We're going to focus most of this podcast episode.
Tom Gilby probably would fit right in.
Gilby would be lauded in ancient Greece as the straightest man they'd ever seen. Ancient Greece is, at this point, again, this is 2,000 years ago. Yeah. No, more than that. When's ancient Greece?
Ancient Greece would be 4,500 years ago.
Dizzying. And maybe, the plastic chair is not around.
No, because they haven't invented plastic.
No.
Which was in the 20th century, plastic.
Something
invented.
like that. Yeah. So they haven't sat down yet.
Yeah.
Would you like to place... When does the start... Charlie, find out when ancient Greece starts, just so we can place this for the thickos that are listening.
Yeah.
The thickos that don't drink wine.
Yeah, winos.
They don't drink wine.
So the idea of a wino, that's an alky, right?
Yes.
But a lot of the time they're not drinking wine, are they?
No, it's a posh wino.
Oh, right. So it's a posh alcoholic.
Gilby's a wino.
Right. My dad's a wino.
Your dad's a wino.
Yeah.
Red trousered. But like the key to a wino is that you're just as much of an alcoholic, but you've got a roof over your head rather than a bridge. I think if you're drinking spirits out of a bag, you're not a wino.
Yeah.
Ancient Greece begins sort of around 1200.
Christ.
1200 before Christ.
Sorry.
Okay, so would you like to place this with your ancient...
What, 1200 BC?
Please.
Right. Well, this is... This is after the invention of the helmet.
Just verify that, Charlie.
No, it's definitely before the helmet. 3000 BC. Thank you very much.
Well, there you go.
And before, Diana should have worn a helmet in that crash.
That's what it said in the autopsy. This would have been fine if you were wearing your helmet. I think all princesses should wear big helmets.
She should have been walking out like a Deliveroo driver.
Yeah, with a big thing on her back. Big helmet. So Dionysus is the Greek god of several things. He's god of wine, but he's also the god of partying, festivals, release.
Yeah, release. He's the god of release.
Yeah.
So he's kind of the god of cum.
He's the god of cum.
Because there's a god of sex, but there's a god of love.
Yes.
But he's the god of cum.
Cum. Yeah, he's the cum god.
But is release also shitting?
I guess so.
Is it just kind of letting anything go?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's like a...
Well, to be honest, if you think about it, he's sort of like a P. Diddy-like figure, Dionysus,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
You know, the freak-offs? Were you following the Diddy trial?
No, I've not. What's the freak-off?
So, like, a freak-off, what Diddy would do is he would get his girlfriend and maybe male and female prostitutes and sort of force them to do sex acts for about 4 days in a row covered in baby oil.
Yes.
And he'd watch... And he'd call it freak-offs.
Freak-off.
Freak-offs.
Right.
Like having a freak-off.
Oh, freak-off.
Yeah.
So I thought you were saying 3 coughs. A freak-off.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's very Dionysus sort of vibe, I imagine.
Yeah,
Complete debauchery.
So Dionysus becomes this figure for madness and ecstasy and release, which, as we say, could be shitting, could be, I don't know, sort of engineering term, but analogy. But mainly it's about the release you feel from your boring sort of mundane life by having a glass of wine. Yeah. So let's deal with the origin myth of Dionysus. He's
son of Zeus.
He's son of Zeus, as all the gods are, basically.
Yeah.
Sort of.
There's different levels and tiers, right?
Yeah.
So there's the big 12.
Yes.
And some of them are sons of Zeus.
And he's often called the 13th one.
Is he?
Yeah. So Zeus, his dad, fucks the mortal princess Semele.
Zeus, unbelievably horny.
The horniest god ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a wife. He's always dressing up. I mean, we'd look back at this now, it's quite problematic.
Yes.
He pretends to be mortals just so he can fuck whoever he wants, basically.
So it's a bit like Tom Cruise with a Mission Impossible mask, raping people, and then being like, you're my husband.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not.
Well, to be honest, real bad man, Zeus. 23.
23 babies. 22 baby mothers. Zeus is a real bad man, and he fucks this woman, Semele. Yeah. And so Hera, Zeus's wife, hears about this, gets angry. Again, this is not the history of whining. Yep. But she then forces Semele to see Zeus's real form. Right. And seeing that, like the light from it, basically makes her head explode or something.
Right. Well, Indiana Jones melt in the face.
It's that. It's like she just explodes because Zeus is so gorgeous, ugly.
No, he's a good-looking chap, I reckon.
Yeah, he's just so ripped that her head explodes.
Fine.
But she is pregnant with Dionysus. Right. So what Zeus does is he takes the fetus and sews it into his thigh, and then when the fetus...
You're right, mate. Is everything all right?
When the fetus is ready to be delivered... I don't know how it's sustained in his thigh.
If you took a baby out like about a day before it's meant to be born and you put it in your tummy or your bum, what
would happen?
Would it die or would it be all right?
If you put it in your bum. If you took a baby out,
but there's lots of premature.
I mean, my
births.
daughter was born 7 weeks premature. Yeah, she went into an incubator, not
Did you
my
stick
bum.
her up your ass?
Sorry, doctors. Sorry, just before you put her in
she needs an extra couple of weeks. Don't worry.
I've got a hot oven here. Yes, neonatal units are. I don't think they go in any premature babies. Don't go in anyone's bum.
Right.
I think we can safely say that this is probably bollocks. What happened? But this is the story the Greeks tell each other. That he sews the baby into the thigh. And then he's born as Dionysus. So it's the twice-born god.
What pussy does he come out of, Dionysus?
Well, Zeus's thigh pussy. The thigh brow.
All right.
So I guess it's like it's another thing. It's like a cesarean, but in a thigh.
So Zeus gives birth?
No, I think he just cuts him out.
Yeah.
Grim.
What?
Disgusting.
Anyway, sorry, we must return to the Glastonbury of the ancient world. Yeah. Dionysus. So he's born out of Zeus's thigh. Yeah. Somehow. Zeus's thussy. Zeus's thick stinking thigh pussy. I guess it's the outer thigh.
Right.
rather than the inner thigh.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
He doesn't, like Charlie suggests, go and live in Zeus's bum for a bit. And so he's kind of this outsider figure.
Yeah.
So what happens is that this cult starts to emerge of his followers, where it's kind of upside down land.
Right.
So it's like women and slaves, and
Well, it's Glastonbury almost.
Yeah, exactly. The oppressed of Greek society,
Yeah.
they start really buying into Dionysus because he's like the outsider god and they're outsiders.
Yeah.
And they start this ritualistic, orgiastic filth.
Yeah.
This cult of Dionysus,
Right.
where they all drink wine,
Yeah.
which at this point is quite weak, as we'd understand it.
Well, do you think it'd be closer to natural wine?
Well, natural wines...
Natural wine, they're taking out all of the chemicals and stuff.
Well, there's no chemicals
and
at
it
this
fucking
point, is there?
tastes awful.
It does taste bad.
It's my big thing that I cannot understand.
Chemicals makes wine delicious.
I love normal wine.
Yeah,
I think you've nailed it. Don't
I think
touch it.
I'd rather have prison wine, the perpetual stew prison wine,
Natural
than
wine.
natural wine.
And what's amazing, if you go to like a really like hip natural wine bar, they all have a million different natural wines. They'll take your fucking tarot reading.
Yeah.
They will like, their eyes roll into the back of their head and they'll find the perfect one that matches you, and it still tastes like absolute
Disgusting.
caca-poo-poo.
Sour.
Yeah.
Awful.
It just tastes like dirt.
I'd rather have Lambrini, absolutely.
I think my prediction, 10 years time, everyone's going to be like, what the fuck, that was rubbish that whole time. I don't know why we're pretending that was good.
What's the difference between natural wine and normal wine?
We'll ask Gilby when he comes
Gilby will
on,
tell us.
but it's like something about
They leave
there's
a load
less
of dirt and poo in.
Yeah, basically. And you can fucking taste it.
Yeah, they leave the poo in.
Basically, I think there's a lot of pesticides to stop fucking bugs fucking your grapes, and they like let the bugs have at it.
It's quite weak wine that what the ancient Greeks are drinking, but obviously it's blowing their head open because they don't know about whiskey or anything.
Yeah.
And these underlings, these slaves, these women, these outsiders, they are going into the hills and the forest, and they're drinking this wine, and they then start doing mad shit.
They them.
There are a lot of they thems there. They them. They're doing mad stuff. So they're all trying to conjure up this what they call ecstasis, which is ecstasy, standing outside the self, trying to destroy the
It's
self.
interesting that ecstasy pills are still harking back to the Greek myth.
Of ecstasy.
interesting.
So the Maenads are the particularly mad female followers of Dionysus.
Right. I think I've met a few.
Yeah, they were probably all at Glastonbury. They dance frenetically. And
Well, it says Maenads, brackets raving ones.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's like, if raving even comes from like
I think it does.
a Greek thing. That is interesting.
So
I think.
what they do is these things called sparagmos and omophagia.
Sure.
So this is where you get an animal and you tear it apart with your hands and then you eat the flesh.
Right.
That's the ritual of... That's what wine makes you do.
Yeah. But the thing is, they're drinking weak wine.
Yeah.
And their response is to rip apart an animal.
That's what's so funny about it.
I guess it hasn't been naturalized. You haven't been grown up where it's like have a little drink of wine with supper. Your parents do it. Like it's not.
Well, it's not French culture, is it?
Yeah.
Have a little wine with your bavette steak.
I mean, they're lightweights by the sounds of it.
Yeah, they're all absolute lightweights. Imagine now if I had a glass of Pinot Noir and then just got a dog and was like, and the table full of people with red trousers are like, what on earth is that guy doing? And then you think about wine pairing. What animal are you tearing apart that goes best with a
an old goat with a fucking
goat would probably go best with a like a Barolo, a big Italian, hearty Italian.
Yeah, you want a hearty, you want
and then I suppose if you were to tear apart a fish, which would be very hard because it'd be flapping about.
I want a nice little chablis with that.
Probably a chablis, yeah. Tear apart a trout. How can you tear a fish apart? I wouldn't be able to get any leverage in the gills.
If I go manage to get my foot in a gill and then just fucking...
So there are these women in the woods in ancient Greece,
right,
having, basically, what is it, 8%? It's like a Bacardi Breezer.
Right.
And then
it's bottomless brunch, isn't it?
It's the original bottomless brunch.
You know the women who fell behind the sea?
Yeah, this
is what it is. Did you know what I'm talking about, Charlie? Bottomless brunch, woman falls upside down.
It takes them so long. So if you're listening, a woman has somehow gone so far down the back of a restaurant couch that
In
it's
like
taking,
a corner of a room. It's like a corner
it's
couch
taking-
with a small space.
Yeah.
And she's gone so far.
Do you know what this
It's
reminds?
only her legs are
So,
showing.
you know what this reminds me of? Is that video? Is that video of the cow being winched out of the sinkhole? That's what this reminds me of. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So this is what's going on. This is what's going on in the forest.
Yeah, this is what's going on in the forest.
Cult of Dionysus.
The Maenads, they're having too much prosecco too early in the morning, and they're going behind rocks. I don't understand the physics of it. It
Yeah.
takes two men.
It's really funny not knowing how she got there as well. That you
Yeah.
only see her ending up there.
Yeah, it'd be like us opening
did
with
she do?
with my legs just there. Hang on.
Yeah. And we can open like that, actually. God. Right.
Anyway, so that's what's happening in the woods. These women they're tearing apart animals with their bare hands. They're eating them. They're gorging on their flesh. And there's maybe some sacrifice going on as well. And this sort of morphs into a Dionysia festival,
Right.
which is devastatingly where theatre comes from.
Yes. No, this is what I learnt this. This is so it's by the Parthenon in Greece. The Theatre of Dionysus is where it all started. And it was just this fucking crazy orgy, right? They used to have parades every year. And every year it just got more and more theatrical, right? And at the end of the parade, it would kind of slowly turn into this sort of performance, right? Because it was like a procession that ended at the Theatre of Dionysus before it was a theatre, right? And people would just end up watching this final thing. And that thing slowly turned into what we know as theatre, basically.
So theatre starts with an orgy.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, it does. Well, not really.
Why?
I think I'd rather go to the West End and watch an orgy than most plays.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So the word tragedy, they think derives from tragos, which is a goat.
Right.
So which may derive from sort of sacrificial rituals to Dionysus.
Okay. Fucking hell.
I guess what I find interesting is that Dionysus is this frenzy.
Yeah.
It's this frenzy of losing yourself, of obliterating the ego, of eating a fucking goat with your hands.
Yeah.
And
it ends up with being stuck in a boring theatre show.
yeah, drinking wine out of a plastic cup.
Yeah.
Watching the most boring thing ever.
It's like, I guess it's PC culture gone mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's just
It's like, you know,
it. It's like Channel 4. Channel 4 used to have Ali G on it, and now it's got some fucking, I don't know.
But Virgin Island, I'm loving
Oh
Virgin
my God, I watched it last night.
It's so
It's
good.
the best.
Virgin Island, I would highly recommend.
Yeah.
There's one really funny person on Virgin Island. Basically,
He looks just like Jeremy Flynn.
it does look like Jeremy here. Basically, the premise of Virgin Island is they're shipping over.
It's the opposite of Epstein's Island. Well, it's not actually.
No, it's not at all.
It's if you know.
It's if the virgins were fucking.
It's the prequel to Epstein's Island.
Yeah. Basically, they ship a load of virgins onto an island, and there's all these sex experts, prostitutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These kind of really like sensual,
Prostitutes
horny, kind
who's,
of like I don't know, like hippie mummy.
Some
sort
of them are absolute smoke shows.
Yeah, exactly. They're professional. You know, I don't know, boner wranglers, I guess.
Yeah.
They're sort of like a snake charmer for virgins in a way.
Yeah, they're sort of muff whisperers.
Yeah. The men are always funny. Every sex expert man wears 3/4 lengths for some reason.
Yeah.
And he looks like he does yoga every day. There's something. They look like baristas. All the men.
And they're all so. Yeah, actually, all of them are attractive.
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
astonishing.
they have to be. You can't have a fucking ugly sex. No, thank you. Can I wait? Can I get a different person?
Yeah. Do you know what? It's actually I'd like to stay on. I'd like to keep my virginity. Actually.
Anyway, so all of what is quite interesting about the show socially is you learn a lot about the barriers that a lot of people have to passing their virginity. A lot of it's like severe autism. They can't be touched. There's like really psychological challenges a lot of these people have for just even getting over the most basic social interactions. And there's this one guy who's completely fine. He's super horny and just hasn't had sex.
Just an absolute incel.
So while everyone, it's like having these sex experts learning how to just touch a woman's shoulder for the first time. He's just grabbing it. He's just keeps trying to go further. He's just like, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
Like he's having no problems whatsoever. He's just like, yeah, I just want to fucking come.
There's an amazing scene where him and the sex therapist take their clothes off. That That's him, number 12.
Number 12. Zach. Zach's my fucking
They
hero.
take their clothes off, and the woman goes, so how are you feeling? And he goes, bet you're feeling pretty intimidated, aren't you?
What, is that Zach?
Yeah. He's like the horniest incel, sexually aggressive virgin.
Yeah.
A sexually aggressive virgin is such a funny characteristic. But look at the size of that. Bet you can't handle that.
He's
You've
just
never
so
had
excited.
sex.
Yeah, it does feel like he's not a virgin and he's just blagged his way onto
Yeah,
the
it
show
does- it
just
does.
so he can shag all of these MILFs.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Absolutely. And he does look a lot like your opener, Jeremy
Looks
Flynn.
like Jeremy Flynn. Shout out Jez. I haven't seen him for a while. I didn't realise he'd gone to Virgin Islands, but anyway.
Pretending to be a virgin.
Right, so Dionysus, the cult of Dionysus, these mad fuckers in the woods, which ends up being theatre, is watered down.
Yeah.
In the Roman times, this becomes Bacchus,
Right.
which is sort of the other name for Dionysus,
Yes.
what the Romans call it. Bacchus, the god of wine, he's often pictured
So
with
Bacchus
grapes.
is Dionysus.
Yeah,
Right.
He's
right,
often
right.
pictured with grapes around his bunts. And again, much like in Greece, it's a sort of religion for outsiders, so women and slaves. But the Romans obviously run a much tighter ship than
They
the
do
Greeks.
run a much tighter ship. Yeah.
And they're like, we'll stop this fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
Because they think that they're going to the woods to start conspiracies
Yeah.
to overthrow the Roman Senate.
Right,
So
right.
the Senate in 186
And it's like, look,
BC,
if you saw what was going on, I don't think they're organising
No.
much of a revolution.
they're literally ripping birds apart with their hands and fucking each other. It's fine. It is Glastonbury.
Yeah.
It's
Glastonbury. All the politics of Glastonbury. I don't know why people get so upset about Glastonbury, because when I go there, it's very politically charged. They've obviously got these huge, like, broad slogans: love, peace, equality,
Yeah.
free. Every food stand's free a different country. But it's like you'd want that as opposed to like a right-wing festival. And it's also these people aren't going to organise anything that will change anything.
They can barely organise Glastonbury.
But it's like, it's a contained thing. We just accept that's going to be the vibe because we're all escaping life. You don't want someone who's like, well, it's actually about really sensible fiscal policy over like a 20-year
I'd love that
period.
festival. I'd love that festival.
It's like, that's not why we're here. It's
George Osborne's headlining the austerity stage.
it's not about just sensible economic decisions
Yeah.
with long-term investment in mind. That's just not.
10 p.m. bedtime. All right, no, lights out, sound, noises off, please. In 186, the Senate outlaws the Bacchanalian cult,
Right.
but it then goes even madder, and so they realise they have to kind of regulate it,
Right.
because so it takes it under state control.
Okay.
But this is where enter Christianity.
Right.
So if you're wondering, this all sounds quite intense for wine. Wine now is not the drink that we're talking about in the ancient Greek world. It's Christians that make wine boring.
Right.
Because what Christians do,
Well, Christians make paganism boring.
they
It's
make
the same
everything. They
thing.
make everything boring.
It just sort of rounds off all of
just
the edges
numbs
of
the
the Roman Greek tradition. Christianity just gets all of that fucking shit off.
Romans like, oh, we've got slaves.
Yeah.
We're eating animals with our bare hands, and Christians just numbs it all. It's all one
We're all
straight line.
slaves to Jesus.
We're all slaves to,
Right.
to a fucking bad old time. So whereas the Greeks are using wine to fuck each other relentlessly and tear goats apart,
Fair enough.
the Christians go, let's have a sip of it and eat a biscuit, and that's our day.
That's me done.
That's me done
Couldn't
for the
boss
day.
there anymore. Get
Yeah.
away from me.
So the Christians, they are around in the time of Augustus.
Right.
That's when
Augustus Gloop.
Augustus Gloop, the Roman emperor, couldn't
The
stop
Emperor
eating.
Augustus Gloop, who fell into a chocolate river.
And so, but obviously in the Jewish tradition, there's a big tradition of drinking wine and
Sabbath.
and like
Passover,
communing with God
Yeah.
through this drink.
So I guess the Christian relation of wine comes from the Roman Greek tradition, right?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is that so?
It's because the pagan idea of wine is that the feelings you get from it is a spiritual experience.
Yes.
And there's a god of wine that you're communing with.
Yeah.
And so I guess how Christianity just gets bits of every pagan god. They
Yeah.
just take that idea of the link between.
Well, Nietzsche and Jung,
Right.
the philosophers, they're obsessed with Dionysus because they think it's an archetype of
Right.
like the destroying the ego and destroying the self. So Dionysus.
So are they for it? Is Nietzsche for it?
Yeah.
Right,
Nietzsche's like
right.
everyone should just get cunted all
And
the
by
time.
the way, Nietzsche should have been on Virgin Island.
yeah,
He talked
yeah.
a big game for a guy who was basically cucked out in a throuple. He travelled around Europe with a woman he really was in love with, and she just fucked his best mate the whole time, and then they both abandoned him in Italy. Then Nietzsche lost his mind. Get a picture of Nietzsche's crazy Nietzsche. No one looks more actually like cartoon insane. Just went cross-eyed. He saw a horse die in a square. He got so moved by it that he lost his mind. He went cross-eyed, right? Couldn't speak for 8 years. Then his sister, who's one of the most... I really like his sister. His sister's one of the biggest cunts of all time. She then turned him into a tourist attraction and charged people to come look how fucked my brother is. Yeah. And then helped the Nazis turn his ideas into Nazism.
I mean, you would be a nihilist if you went on a global cuck tour, saw a horse get killed, and then went cross-eyed. You'd be like, what's the fucking point
but
of being alive?
Nietzschean ideals are all about the power of the will. It's about imposing yourself in reality, shaping. It's like, lad, you couldn't even impose yourself on the woman you fancy.
So, but the idea is that when you drink a glass of wine, you're drinking Dionysus. You are drinking the god of wine.
Right.
And you're,
so that's where it comes
you're
from.
communing with him. And Christians take this and it becomes much less of like an orgy and much more about a sacrament. And it's like, oh, we're drinking Jesus' blood. He died so that we could be really boring. Whatever it is.
He died to make sure that we're all really boring.
He died so that we could drink tea and eat cake on a Sunday with a bunch of other miserable cunts. Is your book club too interesting? Well, come and join ours. So little sippy wine. Yeah. Not glugging the stuff. No. It becomes a sippy wine. Yeah. And it becomes a sacrament. Wine. I mean, is the wine that you drink at communion, that's not even wine, is it?
Did always kind of annoy me, the bread and wine thing, because wafer just doesn't feel like bread.
No.
It should be like a little bit.
That's like we're eating Christ's fingernail.
Yeah, like it should be.
I want his fucking thigh.
I want a bit of focaccia. Yeah. Dip that in the wine.
So wine is no longer really about ecstasy in Christian faith, is it? It's not about that. I mean, Christianity is not really about ecstasy.
But what is it then? Is it just because if it's not about ecstasy, then why is wine become a central part of the Christian faith?
Because it's about sacrament. It's about tasting a little bit of the salvation that you will get if you don't drink loads of it.
Oh, so the sip symbolises moderation.
Maybe, but then it's Christ's blood. It's a metaphor for drinking his blood.
Yeah, I get that, but I think it's interesting that Christianity, which is often quite a morally quite austere religion, having wine at the centre of it seems quite strange. If it's not playing,
I think it's just about remembering the sacrifice.
Is that it?
Well,
do you think it's as silly as wine red, blood red?
I think it probably is that.
We can't drink blood, so we drink wine instead.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, fair enough.
I think it probably is that.
But that's also why we have such an alcoholic culture in Christian countries, probably, is that wine is still so integral to the centre of the kind of main moral religion that banning alcohol.
Well, you say that, but then obviously Greek and Roman culture is it all stems from that.
Yeah, it stems from that.
Where they were like they were getting pissed and going to all bar one and fucking throwing chairs everywhere and shoving flares up their ass. Yeah. It's Christianity that makes it boring. Yeah. Right. Reading a book in a hall.
Yeah. What do you think it should be? Should it be like water and cheese? What would be like a better...
Water and cheese, I don't think so.
Water and cheese?
Like as opposed to the biscuit.
I mean, a bit of a little cube of manchego.
I'd like a brandy and a mince pie.
I'd actually like
Christmas.
What's really nice dark rum with a cube of ice in it, and then like dark chocolate on the side. I think that's like a nice little combo for like if you're having a sip and a bite. I think that'd be really nice.
I like really, really good, expensive, wanky coffee and really shit chocolate. Yeah.
I like to be wanked off and have my earlobes
I just like to be sucked off at the altar, I reckon. The body of Christ. Ah! Yeah, can you do that?
I mean, they did do that. They did do that.
Yeah, actually, no, don't do that.
To have the body of Christ, like it was definitely
the dick of Christ. Yeah. So wine in this 2,000 years, wine has gone from being this orgiastic, sort of filthy community, ecstasy, blah blah blah. It's gone from being an ecstasy pill to a nice sit down.
Right.
And then we get to Islam. Right. Now, because there's a huge, obviously, Judeo, Hebrew, Christian, Greek, Roman history of wine.
But it's still in the monotheistic tradition, so Islam is still... They still consider Jesus one of their...
Yeah, but so Islam obviously originates in the 7th century, I think. Yeah, but it arrives into an Arab world that is incredibly sinful in their eyes. Right. Gambling, boozing, they're loving it. They're loving everything.
Fuddy loving it.
They're drinking, they're fighting, they're gambling.
Right.
And so initially, the Islamic law says, no, don't be drunk when you pray.
Right.
And this slowly morphs into don't drink at all.
Right.
Because in heaven, there'll be loads of wine.
Oh, is that still part of the sale?
In heaven, there is no beer. That's why we drink it here.
Who says
And
this?
when we are gone from here, all our friends will be drinking all the beer. It's a Jamaican song.
So ideologically, that's quite opposed.
So that's the opposite of Islam, is the Jamaica.
So the
which
Jamaican
actually
thing
makes
is
a lot of
that there's
sense.
no beer there.
So we have to drink it here.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we were in Jamaica or we were in Barbados, they sang that like in like a sort of festival. They sing that song.
Right.
And it just goes on and on and on. It's just those 4 lines.
Yeah, what I find interesting about...
And then Islam goes, in heaven there is no quiz. That's why we kill them here.
Less fun.
Less fun.
And the vibe's a bit more intense.
They don't sing it either. They shout it. It's quite quite aggy. But what's funny is that so this whole idea of like wine and religion as wine's like a release, communion with the divine. Islam is not like a religion of release.
No.
Well, I guess
it's a religion of unity. It's a religion...
fundamentalist Muslims, I suppose, they're releasing limbs everywhere when they blow themselves up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a similar thing, isn't it? They're technically divorced from themselves.
I mean, one of the hardest comes of all time.
Blowing yourself up. Yeah.
Oh!
But then you're getting to the 72 virgins.
Yeah. 72 Zacks.
72 virgins.
I make you feel sexually intimidated.
Imagine you got up there, it's just 72 of him. Are you intimidated by
Virgin
that?
Island up there.
Yeah. Well, that would be awful. I mean, it's like so many stand-ups have done this bit, but it'd be so awful when you see virgins who can't. There's a woman on there who's just like, I just can't. The idea of penetration makes me feel sick. I just terrified of it. And then some cunt with the top knot just fingers her and she goes, "No, do you know what? I love it.
Yeah,
I absolutely love it."
Yeah.
How did you guys lose your virginities?
I lost it when I was 15. I want to say 15, 16.
I was 15.
Oh, it was terrible. I really struggled to get in there, to be honest.
I struggled to get it in there.
I was
for ages.
I was like, there's something going wrong here.
I thought I've got the biggest dick in the world. I thought my dick is too big. I can't have sex. And the process was, and it turns out I just didn't realise you should put a second finger in to just sort of, or maybe she wasn't that into it.
I couldn't find the fanny because I thought it was just where the willy was. You know how fanny's like a kind of a bit lower down on the body.
Right. Yeah. I think that was it.
Well, you had
to go on.
You went front in.
Yeah, and I just like
you walked into it like a lemming.
I was like, what's going on? But then we did find it.
Yeah.
The royal we.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was awful. I mean,
terrible.
Yeah. Grim.
Grim.
It was not. Yeah, it was not an enjoyable experience.
Lovely.
I think I was just like. Did you enjoy your losing your virginity?
I was just very thankful.
I was
thankful, but it was an enjoyable experience. And there's always the idea of like what a lot of older people say is, make sure you have your first time special. Don't rush into it. But for me, I was like, I don't want it to be special. I need to rush into it because if I get this off my back, it means that I can relax.
Finally, I can get my uncle off my front.
Right, because is that because
I don't know
I think that's a brilliant joke actually, but I don't even know what you. I think you just threw that out there without even.
It just made sense in my head.
Is it because he's only
your uncle's
sucking me off
sucking you
because I'm a virgin?
Yeah,
and as soon as I've sullied myself, he's like, too
yeah,
old
you'll
for
stop.
Me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Anyway, the Quran gradually bans alcohol, but it's a gradual thing. It's not immediate.
Yeah.
So it's now obviously nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
They won't be having it.
But what I find interesting, I'd like to speak to an imam about this if we get an imam on the show. What is?
Do I know any imams?
I think it's interesting how drunkenness is seen as a sin, and they almost view alcohol as evil.
Yeah.
But then, if they're saying in the afterlife, in paradise, you get loads of wine, does it stop being a sin there?
No, but because what it says is, in paradise, there's wine with none of the ill effects of.
What the fuck's that? What does alcohol-free beer? Heineken 0%.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant!
Blow yourself up, and you'll get 72 cans of Lucky Saint. No, but it's like you get no hangovers and you get slur.
It's just loads of slur.
If there's no hangovers and there's no, I don't know, I don't know. Just that's what it says in the Quran. What's the quote? Get the quote. The Quran up.
I didn't write it.
I didn't write it. Famously, I did not write the Quran. I am trying to get a publisher for my illustrated version of the Quran, which will work at some point. The Quran describes rivers of wine in paradise, but this wine is distinct from the alcoholic beverages forbidden on earth. It is described as, quote, delicious to the drinkers and will not cause them giddiness nor affect their sense. So it is 0% alcohol.
It's not really alcohol.
No. Yeah, so it quenches your thirst a bit, but it's great if you want to break from drinking and you hit 6 o'clock and you just need that fucking thing to just take you.
So is Islam the only religion where you just get to heaven and you're just like shagging all the time? You know how there's like 72 virgins up there?
Yeah. I think, does everyone get 72 virgins?
Well, no,
only the suicide
the Christian heaven's just you get to meet Jesus. It's like a sort of, it's just like a
meet and greet.
It's a meet and greet. It's shit.
No, because heaven, the idea of heaven is that isn't there this idea of that you've got your own personal heaven, whatever you think is, whatever your favourite thing is, that's kind of what you get in heaven, I thought.
Do the Sikhs,
I want to have 72 suicide bombers.
Do the Sikhs get to have sex in heaven?
The Sikhs?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's going on there.
States of consciousness experience in the life potentially after death. So they haven't even considered an afterlife in the Sikh.
Anyway, so intoxication becomes punishable under Sharia law,
which Sadiq Khan has actually
lashes. Yep. So if you are caught drunk in central London, Sadiq will lash you.
In Londonistan, these are the new rules.
Islamic civilization excelled in non-alcoholic luxury beverages like sherbet, rose water, and coffee.
Coffee is
which of course
Islamic,
replaces wine culturally, and like shisha and stuff. Yeah. That all arrives.
Well, I've got a lot of Islamic friends at uni, and it's interesting how hard they went on like gear and stuff because the Quran said nothing about fucking pills and ket and stuff like that. So it's all fair play because they're not writing. It's not like software updates.
No,
on the Quran where they're updating it. It's all the shit they had at the time. So yeah, you can just go hell for leather with fucking and gear.
No bacon, no.
No bacon or beer.
No bacon,
but loads of gear. No bacon.
No bacon, no beer, but loads of gear. That's all my Muslim friends at uni. That's the chant. No bacon, no beer, but loads of gear.
That's what the stag does. So listen, I think we've come to the end of wine's story in the ancient world.
Much more interesting than I thought it would be.
It is fascinating.
To be fair, because I was at Glastonbury, so I did no research for this. That was much. There's a lot more I learned from that. So
Dionysus kind of lives on through, as we said, the philosophy of like the ego death, and as we say, the Christians have made it very.
What is the philosophy of the ego death?
Well, it's that it's healthy to kill the self.
Right, and what is
the self is a prison. So I don't know, get fucked up the arse every now and again.
Yeah.
Is that what
I guess you do? If you have really intense drug experiences, you have an actual ego death. But I don't really get that from drink. I don't get an ego death from drink.
Have you ever had an ego death?
I had it every time I do a balloon, especially at the Stone Circle. I view my whole life as if I'm watching someone else. I say, "Thank God I'm not that guy." And hold on. This all happens in a minute and a half. It's the most profound trips I ever have. I'll have that, and then slowly I go, well, "What's happening?" I come back into focus.
Oh no!
And I'm me, and I'm like, "What? I've been me this." And because for me, it felt like I've watched my whole life in a minute and a half, going like, "Fucking hell, I hate to be this." Oh, I'm me. That's an ego death.
Anyway, so that's the ancient history of wine from Georgia to Muhammad.
Yep.
In our next episode, Tom Gilby, the best smelling man I know.
He's so fruity, we might step on him by the end to make him a lovely glass of wine.
We're going to be crushing him with our bare feet by the end. My God, wouldn't you like to see that?
I'd love it.
I'd pay money to see that. He will be in to chat to us about wine's journey from the early modern period through to the present day. And he's also going to stick around and do a Patreon. That episode with Tom is already on our Patreon. We're for £3 a month. It's one of the fastest growing patrons in the planet. Do you know that?
Unbelievable. Have we cracked the top 50 yet?
Yeah, we are. We're comfortably into the top 50 patrons in the world. And why is that? Well, just because for £3 a month, you get to join a community of absolute fucking retards.
Arguably,
you get
the cult of Dionysus.
The cult of fucking spazzes. You get early access.
The cult of Mongionis.
Mongonisis. You get ad free. You get access to the series as soon as on a Monday. You get them all. You
become part of a brain trust with some of the thickest cunts to ever walk.
The brain damage trust. You get a bonus episode every Friday, and £3 a month. All the fun of the fair is in there. But either way, thanks so much for stopping by. We will see you next time for more wine. Cheers.
Bye now.